Welcome back to another video. It is Wednesday evening, it's 5:45. I intended to plan midday today, but if you haven't watched previous videos, we picked up a puppy at the weekend and sleep's naturally not been the best because of it. And the last couple of days, I definitely felt a lot more energetic, but today was my first day with like no plans, nothing booked in, no one coming over. And it got to like 10:30, 11, and I just had this major energy crash and I was like, I'm just gonna have a nap. So I had like a 3-hour nap this morning / early afternoon. And then I was like, right, I'm just gonna make some food, do some meal prep. And then I just chilled out for a little while. And now I'm gonna train this evening, which I really struggle when I'm out of work routine because there's no time I have to do things. And when I haven't got structure to my day, I think I really struggle and I kind of stress about getting things done as early as possible. But I had this moment earlier where I was like, you literally can train at whatever time you want. You train at home. You haven't got to worry about traveling anywhere. You've got nothing else to do today. Like I've literally been like reading my book most of the day / playing with the dogs. Like I have no set thing that I have to do. It's again too hot to really take the other dog Zuko on a long walk this evening. We already did a really long walk this morning. It's pretty warm here again today, so we probably won't be doing another long walk. Maybe a quick 20-minute one, literally just before we kind of go to bed or like shower and go to bed. So I've got all the time in the world, basically. So now I'm about to get my secondary squats, lightest bench, and primary deadlifts done. So this day has changed quite a bit. So yesterday I just did my secondary bench press, which was in the previous video. Today I have got, like I say, secondary squats, high bar squat, back offs. I've got comp bench, but super light. I've got a pause sumo single, and then I've got sumo deadlift, like volume work after. Now, with my deadlifts, I have been struggling with grip. I mentioned in a previous video that I think this is due to a nerve issue that I have. So just to see how I go today, obviously it's week 1, so it's pretty light anyway, so I'm not too stressed today. If I do struggle with my grip, I'm going to go and get my straps from the car and see how I find using those, because I think for now, my priority will just be getting the work in, getting my overall strength up. I will probably just make sure to do my paused single without my straps on, if I can obviously hold on to it, etc., depending on how my arm is doing. Now, thankfully, to be fair, I haven't had as much numbness and pain and issues in that arm the last couple of days, but that doesn't always mean anything. So we'll just kind of see how we go. But yeah, so this day used to just be light bench, very light sumo deadlifts, and then some lower body accessory movements, so like rehab type movements. I've still got some of the rehab stuff in on this day, but I've definitely changed the structure up a little bit. So it's going to be longer than normal, but I don't mind that. It should still take me less than 2 hours. I'm going to set a timer again today to try and keep me accountable and keep me kind of resting minimally. And because it's a light week 1, it shouldn't be anything too heavy. Now, I will say squats at the weekend felt dreadful. That is because I was literally so exhausted and run down that everything felt hard. Like literally just forming a sentence felt difficult. So I'm not going to overthink it, but I'm just going to see how I feel today. I've got ranges for my top sets. We'll see how we go. My high bar is pretty light anyway. So for high bar, so comp squat, I've got a top set of 5, and then I've got back off high bar, 1 heavier set of 5, and then 2 by 6. So previously this was 1 heavier set of 7 and then 2 by 7 lighter. So I've dropped that a little bit. And the reason for that is actually because I felt like because it was 7s, even though the weight was super light on them, my movement quality wasn't what I wanted it to be. Like the reason I'm doing those lighter 2 by 6 or 2 by 6 now was 2 by 7s is to focus on incredibly good movement patterns, movement quality. And I just wasn't really doing that. So I've kept the 2 by 6 for this entire block at 120 kilos, which is light enough that it essentially shouldn't even register. And it should just be super comfortable and easy to move. So I'm going to see how that goes for me. Because I've got heavy leg press on a Sunday, I feel like I can get away with not pushing my secondary quite as intensely. And we'll see how that kind of goes. But obviously we'll just see this block. But overall, that's like the main thing that I've changed in terms of this day. It's just nothing crazy drastic. It's literally just shuffling around what days I'm doing things on. So like my light sumo deadlift is now going to be on a Saturday after primary squats and bench, which I think just for me makes a little bit more sense. And it makes that Saturday session feel a little bit less overwhelming, a little bit less time, well, a lot less time consuming. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it'll be good to also deadlift after squatting, because I think my body will just feel a little bit warmer, my lower body will be a little bit looser, and that should hopefully make my primary deadlifts feel better as well.
We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again, pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart, 'cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before. Yeah, tell me what you want, let me hear that I'm the only one. You know that we won't make it out. We've heard it all before. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright, so let's move on. 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 We head for the sky, it's alright. Our wings wouldn't fly, it's alright. If we are crashing down again. Pieces of love, it's alright. Scattered in mud, it's alright. You're giving me a lie again. And tell me what you want, this time I won't take it to the heart, 'cause I know we won't make it out. I've heard it all before.
Okay, so session done. Very proud of the timing. 1 hour, 25 minutes to do SBD as well as all my accessories. And that's the timer starting as soon as my knee sleeves were on, stopping as soon as I finished my last Copenhagen plank. Very happy with that, to be fair. I was expecting it to take me about 2 hours, but it didn't. So no complaints from me. I would say the only thing I wasn't super happy with was just squats. Like my legs just didn't feel powerful. I still went top end of the range because things felt fine. And the RP cap for today was a 6. And I wouldn't say that was even a 5. So I'm fine with it. It's just annoying because I don't feel like I've got the pop in my squat at the moment. But realistically, deadlifts are kind of priority right now anyway. And obviously bench is just kind of ticking along as it is. Deadlifts are priority anyway. And I do feel like my legs, like I think I need a bit of a refeed essentially. But I don't need it right now. And also I'm not recovered from the weekend. Like my sleep is still not good. Today I felt a bit tired again, like I said earlier. And it's just going to take time. Obviously, like fatigue is high anyway from the end of last block not going to plan, and like the week before going like feeling harder than it should have. So I'm not really too concerned. I think by the weekend things should feel better anyway. And yeah, the squats were fine. Bench felt good. I think dropping to 80 for this day is a good choice. My pec, I didn't feel at all. Everything was obviously easy, no complaints. Like it was just a super comfortable day, which is what it's supposed to be. I will over time put that load back up to around the 90 range, but I think for now, just keeping it around 80 and just making sure my pec is 100% again is probably the smartest choice. And then deadlifts, top end of the range on everything. Very happy. Everything felt good. The only thing I didn't do very well was, well, my pause single, I set up slightly too far away from the bar. My 150 last warm up felt so clean. So I went to the 160 plan, like top end range. And it was still really easy and comfortable. Like it was super, super comfortable. I just set up a little bit far away from the bar. So it felt a little bit awkward off the floor, but with the pause, it kind of corrected itself anyway. And that was fine. And then my 150 triple, if I remember rightly, 150 triple, I forgot I wasn't meant to pause the first rep. So you can't really see it on video, but I had a bit of a brain fart moment where I was like, oh wait, no, you're not pausing this, like keep going. But the triple was really comfortable. And then I did 140 for 5, which was also super comfortable. And my grip held up fine, which to be honest, I think confirmed my theory that it is to do with my nerve issue because like I said, I haven't had much numbness and stuff the last few days. And it was definitely a lot worse kind of the last few weeks. And it goes through phases of being really bad and then easing off a little bit and then being really bad again. So I wonder if it's just one of those phases where it's not quite as bad and my grip felt fine for it. Obviously the load was also pretty light, but that hasn't really mattered with previous weeks when my grip's been worse, but managed to get through everything without any grip issues, so I'm happy with that. And then I did 120 for a 2x6 before finishing deadlifts, and they felt super comfortable. The reason I'm doing the really light sets of 6 is basically just to make sure I'm using my legs. Like when I'm doing lighter rep work on sumo, I really feel my legs burning and doing the work. So it's just reinforcing to me that that is the positioning I need to be in. And I'm really happy with how that's kind of working for me. And I think as long as I remember my cues, sumo does feel really, really good. And it's just kind of keeping an eye on my hips and make sure my hips stay happy, which I think is where I've had a couple of sessions where I wasn't super happy with my sumo, just my hips have felt a bit fatigued going in. But I think doing the primary deadlift day after my secondary squats makes the most sense because my hips obviously aren't as beaten up either, because on my primary squat day I do a lot of heavier volume. So yeah, happy. I think that session went well. I enjoyed the accessories, kind of glad I got it done in good time. I think 2 hours is the maximum this session should ever take me on a heavier week, which I don't even think it will take that. I'll say my hamstring issue didn't feel amazing coming in. It doesn't feel any worse now, but I do think that potentially affected squats a little bit in terms of power output. But yeah, it's a week one. There's nothing worth overanalyzing because everything was fine. Just got to kind of find that groove again with squats. And I think a big part of that is also just confidence as well. Like I got my confidence back. And then I think the last couple of weeks, things not feeling how I wanted them to has maybe knocked it back a little bit again. But I'm not complaining. All is fine. I enjoyed the session. That's the most important thing, which I think this was the session I was most worried about not enjoying because it is now going to be a lot longer. Like this session used to take me about 45 minutes if I just cracked on. Whereas obviously now adding squats into this day is going to make it longer. But I think having a shorter session yesterday, maybe not mind doing a longer session today, if that makes sense. So happy with that. And I say longer sessions if an hour and a half is anything close to a long session. Obviously it's not. And that's why I think as well, I'm going to just keep setting timers. I don't think I'll set timers for my week 3, my heavier weeks, but for my lighter weeks, I'm going to keep setting a timer and just make myself work through. I also just had a podcast on today while I was training. I think sometimes when I'm not feeling super, I don't know how to explain it. I think when my fatigue is pretty high, I find it quite hard to find music to get me kind of amped up to lift. So in order to help myself kind of relax and almost like recover, my central nervous system recover, I like to just have a calm podcast or something on in the background while I'm training. And it's a lifting podcast. Like it gets me hyped up listening to athletes talk about their training and stuff anyway, and coaches talking about their athletes training. But sometimes I think that's a nice way to detach. And then when I then get to my heavier week, I'll put some music on and it'll help me zone in a little bit more. So that's another thing that I've been doing, what I've done today and I did yesterday as well. I just had podcasts on while I trained. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go in and get some food, and I've got one more meal to have today, and I've got some berries in the fridge that I need to finish off as well. Yeah, it's been a good day. I feel like today was the first day of my annual leave where I've really like actually just switched off and relaxed, and just it's exactly what I wanted this week to be, which is essentially just very antisocial, lock myself away, spend the week at home, relaxing, kind of just sleeping if I'm tired, and like, yeah, just kind of doing what I want, either being in front of the TV or reading or whatever. And obviously I now have the addition of a lovely puppy to keep me entertained as well, but it's helped me to feel present. Like today my phone was in like the other end of the house most of the day on do not disturb as well, so like I've just been so detached from the outside world today, and I think that's where mentally I feel quite good today as well. So just going to keep that up basically for the rest of the week. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up here. Thank you very much for making it to the end. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in a few days for the next one.
I'm the only one.